Good morning, guys, or hi, guys. Lori here. It's morning for me, so I don't know what time it is for you, but I am working through my stash. I got some of these easy button covers. Pulled out a couple scraps of material here. I did this one to see if I'd be able to figure it out. And there's this one. And then I think I'll do this really pretty blue one here. So what I did is, let's see if you guys can see down here good enough. I'm going to bring you in a little closer, I think here. There we go. So I took this material and I held this little tool here that goes with it, and I just trimmed it. Save your trimmings because you can use those. And then I think I'm going to use a pen to trace around that because it'll be easier to cut it out. Hold on one moment here. Pens, special pencils. I have some chalk pencils here. Right here, this will work. Let me put that side down just in case. Move it over here a little bit, and we will. Oh, I'm not going to be able to see that. Let's use a regular pen. It'll be okay because it's on the inside. I don't think it'll bother anything. Well, that's not going to work either. So back to plan. My first plan. Just gonna. I love how these scissors can cut through. After you cut with them on paper, they still work so beautifully on cloth too. These scissors are actually pretty amazing. All right, save that scrap. I'm gonna trim this up too so I can save this scrap. And I'll put it in my little scrappy bits bin. Okay, so you cut your circle. All right, put your circle over there. Kind of find the center. Oh, that's a little bit not centered. Oh, you are going to be able to see the silver through this, but that's okay. That's okay. Push that down like that. Tuck all these little edges in. And then you take your back and you put it over the top and you push it down. Holy moly, that pushed down way too easy. And then you pop it out. And there you have it, another covered button. That's kind of fun. All right, there's that one. And then we'll do this one. I suppose I should. All right, there's that. There's that. Then we push this down in there. Make sure all of our little edges are tucked in. Find the back. not going to go all the way down in. So then there's this little cap here. And pardon me for wiggling the looks like it's pushed down all the way. And there we go. Love that. All right. Let's save my scrappy doos here. Scrappy doos. That's funny. All right. And then I have this pattern. I don't know how that's going to resonate though. Oh, that might work. I don't know. Maybe this will look better. Yeah, I like that area right there. So cut this. Put that in my scrappy bits pile. Put this around here. Excuse me. Cut my circle. Now these scraps of material, it's so funny. I got these when I went to that retreat with my mom. All right, here we go. Push this down in there. Make sure you got your edges so there's enough to tuck in. Oh, I gotta redo that. Gotta get it more in the middle. There we go. Push all those edges down. So you want to make sure all those edges get inside of the button part itself. Push that in there. Oops, I kind of smooshed it a little bit. Push that on there until it pops in, and there we have it. Look at these fun 3 buttons. That's exciting. Okay, let's do, there's this big one here. Let's do this larger one. We'll do one that goes along with this button. So put that tool aside. Don't know that you need the tool anymore because each one of these little packages comes with a tool. So this one has, looks like, enough to make 2. There we go. All right. Let's see, we'll do one of these. And we'll do, I like this one so you can see through it, so you can pick where you're placing your oh, I kind of like that. So, oh yeah, we tried that already. That didn't work, did it? Cut around here. I've had had these cover button kits just sitting in my stash for the longest time. All right, there's that. Put this way, hopefully. Shove that down in there. Tuck in all of the goods. Put the back on. Push down. And then I'm going to use this little tool here just to make sure that it's down in there good and tight. I suppose you could glue them to secure them, but there, look at that. How fun. How fun is that? I like it. I think I am going to play around with this a little bit more and add some things to these buttons to make them a little more interesting. But yeah, pretty cool, pretty fun, I think. Save these for my scraps. All right, and then now I'm going to dig through my bag of material here because we're gonna finish these up. Might as well get them all done, huh? And then I can add them to my collection of buttons. And or figure out how to use them. Would they be cute for a closure on a journal? I think that would be pretty cool. Or a topper on all right, so I have all of this. I got a whole bag full of material from that it's kind of fun. All right, there's some little scraps of material. Now we can decide which one we want to use to make this. That might be kind of interesting. Or even, I kind of like that better. But maybe we can do it on the, should we do this? Or this? I think we'll just go ahead and do this one. I hope I left my edges big enough. We'll see. think I did. There. There. Okay, that's the last of the large ones. That pair. Can make a coordinating little one here. Like that'll work. Super fun. Put this around. Put that in there. Oops. Oh, that one side is really close to the edge. Hopefully it'll all catch in there. It did. Yay. Oh, cute. That one turned out good. See, how fun is this for closures on a outside of a journal? I think it would be cool. Cool, cool. All right, we'll make one of these ones. I'd imagine you wouldn't want to have too much material in there because it will not stay. We'll see, that one's quite a bit of extra material. Ow, in there. Don't pound your finger. That one's fun. Seems like it's in there good. There we go. There's that one. And let's see. It's too similar to the other ones. I think I want to try and center one of these in here. See how that works. We'll see. I don't even know if you can get these. I haven't checked to see if you can still get these cover your own buttons anymore. I don't know if they're something that's so old you can't get them anymore, or if these things still exist. Who knows? I didn't look into it. All right. Tuck all the edges in. Oh, that popped down in there quite easy, actually. I like that one. It's pretty. All right, should we do the last one, kind of green and yellow? Sorry, I'm cutting off the... Yeah, I think we'll do this one like this. Get some of that green in, some of that yellow in there. has quite a bit of material down in that one too. Let's see. Oh, that snapped down nice. It's pretty fun. All right, well, that is all of them. These, I think I'm going to save, of course. I don't need to save all 3 of them, but save these in case I ever come across some of the buttons not in the packaging. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.